So, good morning, friends. In our series of sessions on marketing management, I have the agenda of dealing with what are the methods of price determination today. And that is our topic. How do we determine prices? Because in marketing, when you offer a product to the customers, when you solve their problems, of course, you are not Mother Teresa's charity organization. You would like to make profits, and therefore, you must recover all your costs and you also must make a decent profit. Not profiteering, but at least making a profit. Profit is not a bad word. And therefore, in this session, we are looking at what are the different methods that a company can use for setting prices, determining prices. Yeah, pricing is very important. People find it difficult to sell through the price. This because customers feel that the price is high. But I would like to emphasize upon the fact that you don't sell through the price, you sell the price, because price means also the value that you are offering to the consumers. Higher the value, higher can be the price, should be the price. And therefore, if you are a good marketer, if you are an excellent salesperson, an outstanding one, then you must sell the product at that price at which the company is ready to acquire the customer. So this price is known by different names. So many names are there for pricing. Yeah, price is one of the important P's in the marketing mix, and you have learned about marketing mix. So you have a product, you have price, you have place and promotion. But only price, the element price in the marketing mix is known by hundreds of names. Let me give you examples of what are some of the names that this price is known by. For example, if you go to some place by bus, you happen to pay a fare. So, fare is a price that you pay for using the service of the transport service provider. You pay a rate for per unit. Okay, so rate is also a name for price. And when it is price for a flat or building, then probably that is known by the name rent. When it is, you acquire some money from somebody or bank and you have to pay interest. So interest is the price that we pay for using money. For studying in a school or college, we happen to pay fee. So fee is also a price. Consultants get retainership, that is a price. I can go to an extent of saying that in countries where corruption is high, bribe is also a price that people pay for getting something done. So price is known by so many names. Donation can also be treated as a price for something. Toll tax that people pay on the road, the income tax, any tax, all taxes, salaries are the prices that companies and organizations pay to the individuals, employees for contributing to the growth and adding some value to the organizations. Commission is also a price that a company pays to somebody who sells the goods of the company, say a distributor or a commission agent. Wages are paid as price to the laborers. Premium is the price of insurance. Honorarium is the price that a guest lecturer might get from some university. And tuition is the price that you pay for studying from a private tutor or even in a college. Price is known by several names. But price basically is one of the most important elements in the marketing mix. It is so important that without price, no marketer is interested in selling any of its products or offerings to the customers. There is no free lunch in this world. Yeah, because firms, as I told you, they incur costs. So it is this price, the element price, the marketing mix ingredient, the price, which pays for all the activities of the firm. So if you don't charge a price, you can't produce. If you don't charge a price, you cannot take care of the community, you cannot pay your employees, you cannot pay profit to the shareholders. So basically, anything that happens in the firm revolves around money. Money is sweeter than honey. It's top line and bottom line. It's revenue and profit. So if it is in monetary terms, it's the price that pays for all the activities that happen in the firm. So without price, nothing can happen. So if production is important for a firm, then price is equally important, right? And therefore, this price, as I told you, impacts the top line, bottom line. And this price is the most flexible element in the marketing mix. It can be changed at any point of time. A company may take some time in launching a new product because new product idea needs to be conceived, innovated, prototyped around a concept, test marketed, and then only it is taken to the national or global market, nationalization, commercialization. That happens later. So products take time, manufacturing, branding takes time because branding is a long-term effect. Setting up the distribution channel also takes a lot of time. Designing a promotional campaign, sharing a brief with the advertising agency, monitoring the campaign, seeing the effectiveness of the advertising campaign, that is also time consuming. But price is a very, very flexible element in the marketing mix, and it can be changed at any point of time, even with the help of a circular. Even if the product carries an MRP, maximum retail price, it does not take much time to change the price or announce the price changes. That's what I'm saying. So price is the most flexible element in the entire marketing mix. So, how is it that price can be determined? I would like to emphasize upon the fact that price determination basically has to follow certain objectives. In front of every intelligent human activity, there has to be an objective. And in case of pricing determination, the objective can be just survival of the firm. Suppose the firm is finding it very difficult to survive in the market because of the competition. So it has to charge because competition is high. Price competition is ruining. Like, China, when they threw a lot of goods at low prices in the global markets, many companies from other countries, they had to survive. So their pricing was low. So you need to bear in mind whether your objective is survival, is your objective profit making. If you want to make more profit, you would like to price high. You cannot price low in that case. Is your objective getting certain return on the investment? Say 20% return on the investment, target return, which we call target return pricing. So in that case, your pricing will have to be bearing in mind this target return or the profit that you are looking at. Some firms which want high market share, their objective is to only gain market share. Now, if that is the objective, then those firms, they also try to price low, because when you price low, as we know the principle of demand, when the prices go down, the quantity demanded goes up. So in that case, the firm is likely to have more market share vis-a-vis its competitors, because markets are highly competitive. Pricing objective of market share development requires low prices. Do you need cash flow? Every firm needs cash flow. Okay, so cash shouldn't get stuck. So your pricing can take care of a regular cash flow. So in that case, you will price, in such a way that you can take care of your regular day-to-day, monthly, weekly activities that happen in the firm. As I told you, that it is the price that pays for all the activities on the firm. Okay, so there are several objectives. Sometimes you need to price high because your objective is to communicate product quality, and premium prices communicate quality products. If you charge very low, it is also a communication to the customer that you are not really a great quality product. So pricing needs to be following the objectives that the firms have in their mind. Without that, pricing cannot be done. But our objective in this particular session is that we are supposed to look at what are the methods that can be used for pricing determination. So there is not one method, there are several methods. And I'm going to discuss some of those methods with you today. And then in the subsequent sessions, there will be more methods discussed, because each of the methods will go into details later on. So one important method is cost-based method, which is also called cost plus pricing. It does not require a marketer's view. In every firm there are accountants, and these accountants, they understand costs very well. Which costs? The costs that directly go into manufacturing a product, and the costs which are associated with the overheads of the firm organization. So something that enters the product itself as a raw material, per unit pricing, costing has to be done. And when you arrive at and calculate the total cost, the variable cost and the fixed cost, then I think you can try to absorb or recover the entire fixed cost from the total volume of production that you have at your unit. When you follow this kind of an approach in pricing, this is referred as cost-based, cost plus pricing. Yeah. Recovering cost is bare minimum. But that's not something which is only looking at profits. It's looking at most of the costs, and then you can price accordingly, that whether in the short run you can price low or you can price high. But going by another method of price determination, then it's demand-based pricing. So when demand is high, the price is also high. Yeah, because people can pay because something is highly in demand. And when the demand is low, the prices can be low, so that prices can impact the demand. Let me share an example of hotels and restaurants. Restaurants on Saturday, Sundays, when they have peak business or high demand, yeah, or during the typical lunch and dinner time, they may keep standard prices, but they may announce happy hours so that part of the traffic can be diverted to those hours when there is no demand in the restaurant. So I'm sure you are aware about the concept of happy hours, happy hours. Same way now, airlines, they also use, a pricing which is demand based. So in certain sectors where demand of travel is high, then the airlines like to charge a higher price. But in those sectors where the demand is low, the airline charges low prices. So it is called demand based pricing. Higher the demand, higher will be the price, right? But pricing can influence the demand. So we have to understand that. And the third important method in price determination is competition based pricing. So you must charge like your competitors. So you don't have to bother much. And let me share examples from several industries which practice this, companies that practice this. In telecom, it is no rocket science for a service provider to look at how they would like to charge. So Airtel's plans can actually be revolving around geo pricing. So if geo price is low, then Airtel also can price it accordingly. This kind of competition. In airlines also this happens. SpiceJet and Indigo, they actually price according to the competition. So competitors follow each other. They adapt their prices to the others. And that's an interesting method. So there are three important methods by now I have been sharing with you, that either you look at cost plus method, or you look at competition based pricing, or you look at demand based pricing. But going into details, there are some more ways of pricing, and I would like to discuss those ways with you here. One is markup pricing. What happens in a markup? In a markup, when a distributor buys something for 100 rupees and the distributor is expecting a return of 5%, he marks up and makes it 105. And if the retailer is expecting a markup of 10%, so 105, and then would look at 10% higher on that and can price accordingly, this price is called markup price. So you simply mark up on your purchase price so that it takes care of every channel partner in terms of the targeted return that they wish to have from the product. The other, and that's linked with this, is the target return price. So in target return price, every channel partner and every company sets how much return they are expecting from the product, and accordingly they do that. There is also something called perceived value pricing. So in such cases, if a consumer perceives a higher value from a product, then on the basis of this value perceived or perceived value, a company can try to charge more. Because if your perception of value is higher from brand X, then brand X can command a premium. This is called perceived value pricing. Those brands where perceived value is less, they are priced low. They cannot be priced as high as other brands. Okay. And then there are so many brands which only go for value pricing, like Parle G, 2 rupees biscuit pack. Okay, so in value pricing, you create a mass appeal with your product, your price, and you don't charge, overcharge. It is something that anybody can buy. And such prices are value prices, like Big Bazaar earlier, future groups. And they actually said that our prices are guaranteed lowest in the market, and we can give you lowest price challenge. So that means, they value priced. When they announced isse sasta kahi nahi, so they were harping on the fact that this is great value and it's cheaper, economical, affordable in terms of pricing. Another way to price, friends, is going rate pricing. And in going rate pricing, you price according to whatever is the prevalent market rate going on. And you don't try to charge more than that. So in so many services, we have seen that if a haircut is provided by several people at X price, then you can also sell it at that price. In case of products, also products, basically being tangibles, the pricing is always going rate, mostly if there is no product differentiation. And in certain organizations, purchase environments, decisions where the purchases happen through tendering and all, you know that tendering is used for price quotation, and bids, that means your quote is invited in a sealed envelope. So this is a method which is called sealed bid pricing. So you bid for your services and products, and in a sealed way, keeping it confidential. The bid gets opened when the tender opening takes place, and thereafter, if they feel like the buyer, they can negotiate with you. So this is also an important and interesting way to price in certain markets like government and B2B, where bulk purchases happen. Yeah. So I have tried to share with you how different pricing methods they work basically. And we have seen how markup price, on the unit cost, you set a markup or you mark down because, you want to sell it at a lower price when a sale is on at your retail store. So that in that case, you can go for a markdown price. And now let me share certain examples of pricing decisions. Say, for example, in perceived value pricing, I have used an example of the utility that Caterpillar tractor provides. And this Caterpillar tractor is providing utility of $1 lakh, whereas market, price is 90,000 for that kind of a tractor. So how it is more in case of Caterpillar? Because a Caterpillar may be extra durable, so you can say that it is equivalent to, the durability is equivalent to $7,000. The reliability of Caterpillar is equivalent to $6,000. The service and warranty that you provide is also equivalent to something. So therefore, Caterpillar has to fetch a more price because Caterpillar offers better value in the market. So price is basically nothing but a medium of exchange. A transaction happens through the price, and this price connotes the value. So to the customer who is buying a Caterpillar tractor, he feels that it has more value, so it can be better priced. But on the top of it, if Caterpillar gives a discount, then the perceived value of Caterpillar tractor goes high in the minds of the customers. Same way, let's look at pricing of services, which is not as easy as pricing practices. When Virgin Mobile entered America for the first time, they wanted to price their call rates, telecom services. So they were confused whether they should price according to the going rate in the industry, or they should price according to the cost of their bandwidth, or they should price according to the postpaid users who are already paying to the competitors, or they should price according to the demand. So they basically targeted a market segment which was teenagers, adolescents, who could not afford postpaid connections because they did not qualify for a credit check. So, in case of pricing of such services like telecom, Virgin approached a very different kind of a pricing system or a plan. Yeah. And they were successful because they bundled a lot of things into their pricing. It's called price bundling. Like when you bought Virgin connection, you got Virgin Extras, you got value added services, you got text messaging, you got certain features which became bundled in the service. So you cannot compare that easily with others because it's a bundled price, it's a package. So I'm sure you know, friends, that a lot of companies they charge for the package. It's a package deal, and they don't show you separately the price of each and every component in their deal. Yeah, and in case of services, you also price that if there is peak demand, then you can charge high, and off peak you can charge low. Yeah, so price is actually influenced by the nature of the service involved, and some services are people processing services, some services are position processing services. Position processing, say for example, coat dry cleaning. And when you select your pricing method, you also have to be concerned about whether you would like to price your entire product line appropriately. So let us look at Heinz ketchup, and they have so many varieties, so many pack sizes. How do you price the entire product line that way? Yeah, because SKUs, stock keeping unit, a stock keeping unit, for example, 500 ml bottle of Bisleri is one stock keeping unit, and 1 liter is another stock keeping unit. So for each stock keeping unit SKU, you need to decide pricing in such a way that every SKU does well in its intended target market. Some companies go for captive pricing. Captive, like when you buy Gillette razor, the price can be low because when you buy blade later on, the prices of the blades are high. Now, this is when you buy a razor, you become a captive consumer of Gillette, and Gillette in that case goes for captive pricing. Some companies like Louis Vuitton and others luxury products, they go for premium pricing. So because the company's brands have a premium image, the pricing is also premium. Yeah. And sometimes you can price an item in the product line low, which is called bait pricing. Bait in the sense that you can actually induce the customer to buy from you. But the entire product line, other items in the product line, not entire, they are highly priced. But to hook the customer, you can use bid pricing. So basically, companies use different pricing strategies for different target markets. And sometimes they set limited number of prices for selected groups of products. Yeah, because in that case, you can be more successful. One more method is psychological pricing, that, okay, like, Bata, 3,995 rupees 99 paisa. Okay, such kind of pricing, or reference pricing, which becomes a benchmark for others to compare, or Walmart's everyday low price. These are strategies. Some companies use odd even pricing. Some companies have, prestige pricing because its product is a very, very prestigious kind of a brand. So therefore, different companies have different methods of selecting their pricing approaches. Reviewing the session, I would like to emphasize that price is the most flexible ingredient in the marketing mix. This price is known by different names. Price pays for all the activities of the firm. You are not a Mother Teresa's charity, so you must charge a price. And you can have any approach of pricing depending upon your objectives. Whether your objective is to build market share or survival or beating competition or creating a good image of your product quality, your pricing strategy will revolve around that. And broadly, there are strategies like cost plus pricing, demand based pricing, and competition based pricing. Okay. In further sessions, we'll learn about different individual methods of pricing. So, hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.